Donald on Ice is a 1999 Disney cartoon. I watched this as part of House of Mouse, and I quite liked it as part of that episode. It was in Clarabelle's Christmas list, a very festive episode, and this definitely has a festive feel to it. Needless to say, Donald is ice skating, and Huey, Dewey, and Louie are there building a snowman, and as is often the case with Donald and his nephews, they get in each other's way, and Huey, Dewey, and Louie do everything they can to get their own back and try and cause as much trouble for Donald as possible. And I won't say too much more about the narrative because, of course, it's only about 5 or 6 minutes. I'm not entirely sure how long it is since I watched it as part of the episode, but it's an average kind of length. But I feel like the narrative flows quite well. It didn't feel like it was slow, it didn't feel rushed. Visually, it's really attractive. The ice looks, I was going to say shiny, but I don't think I've ever described ice as shiny. But it looks as I would have expected it to. The snow looks very white and fluffy, and it does have a kind of wintry vibe to it. I love the outfits that the characters are wearing. They are, of course, dressed in their winter warm clothing to be outdoors. I feel like Huey, Dewey, and Louie were particularly adorable in this one. They sounded a lot like Donald in this cartoon. Sometimes they do, sometimes they sound a little bit different, but definitely sounded like Donald. And Donald, of course, got suitably exasperated, and it made for a pretty interesting cartoon. What I will say, and I won't explain what happens at the end, but I'll say I don't like it. I don't want to spoil it in case it's something that you do like, but personally, I found the ending to just be a little bit too gimmicky for my liking, and I don't think it fit in very well with the rest of the cartoon. But that being said, I ultimately quite enjoyed it. It's never going to be my favourite Donald Duck cartoon, or even my favourite Huey, Dewey, and Louie cartoon. But watching it as part of House of Mouse, it fit in really well. Watching it on its own, I think would be not a bad experience, and if you're a fan of Donald and his nephews, I'd say it's worth watching at least once.